Hello everybody, before we start, I'd just like to apologise for the lack of videos this past few weeks. We've obviously had a lot of cup finals to deal with, and so all of the media attention has gone towards that. We are going to start working on the last few videos before the end of the season, so we've got obviously today's, Fridays with Rob, which I'm hoping will be up Friday. And then after that we've got another review and then another preview, and after that there isn't much really left to discuss. During the summer we will also have a few extra things just to make sure that there is something for you to watch while the off season is underway, and then towards the start of the new season we'll be continuing some of our older traditional formats, so this one mainly, and lots of other things really. So without further ado, I'm going to pass on now, and we'll get ourselves ready for the Hallmark Security Cheshire Football League review show, which is the first one since the 8th of April. So thank you very much, and we'll just pass on to that now. And you'll see a change of background too. So bye-bye. So in the Premier Division, it was Whaley Bridge who remained top of the league following their 4-1 victory over Rudheath Social. That result now means that Knutsford cannot catch Whaley, which means Knutsford are now at the title race. So that's Altrincham Reserves, Wythenshawe and Knutsford, all of whom maybe a month ago were very close, and now all out the title race. They're all dropping points, and Whaley don't seem to be. Whaley at the moment in pole position to win the league title. Their goals came through Lee Morris, Tom Street, Adam Barlow and Joe Burgess. Knutsford lost 2-0 in their game to Denton Town. Now Denton Town have actually overtaken Knutsford in the league. Denton have been a miraculous return of form in the past few months. It all started in December when they beat Linotype Cheadle, and since then they've been practically unstoppable. Very few teams have been able to outplay them, and it's now going very well for Denton Town. They are still mathematically in the title race, although if they drop points this weekend they may struggle to keep up with Whaley Bridge. Poynton move up to 4th following their victory over Greenhills, Padgate, St Oswald's this weekend. Paul Harvey, Steve Kirby and top scorer Rick Tyndall picked up the goals for the Macclesfield side. Now Poynton have had plenty of games in the last few weeks due to a backlog of fixtures that they haven't been able to play due to plenty of things. So they've had a lot of fixtures and they've been done pretty well. They were unlucky in the JB Parker Premier Division Challenge Cup, and obviously they're still in the league contention. They can still win the league title mathematically, although a few more wins for Whaley Bridge and they might be out of it too. Linotype Cheadle suffered a blow in their challenge for the title. Now Linotype are the only team currently that if they win all their games and Whaley win all their games, Lino can actually overtake them. So if both Linotype Cheadle and Whaley both win all their remaining games, it will actually be Linotype Cheadle that will take the league title just on points. Altrincham Reserves continue their comparatively poor run of form over the past few weeks in a disappointing 3-3 draw at home to Malpass. Goal scorers for Malpass: Oliver Hales, Alex Hughes and Thomas Milburn. In the day's final Premier Division game, Congleton Vale defeated bottom side Garswood United by 3-1. In Division 1 and the big news, Warrington Town Reserves are promoted to next season's Premier Division. They defeated Lostock Graylem at home. AFC Macclesfield, the only team that could have caught them, are now too far. The only team, that could have stopped them getting promotion, as Billinger are obviously challenging for the title with them. There's 2 promotion spots at the top of the division, so it's now Warrington guaranteed promotion for next season. AFC Macclesfield are obviously still pretty high up in the table. They just can't catch Warrington, which means they're out of contention for the league title as well. But AFC Macclesfield did complete one thing this weekend. They almost certainly relegated Grafton Hall Sports It is required now that Grappenhall win by 31 goals to nil to stand a chance of not getting relegated. They play Tarpley Vicks in a few weeks, bottom side in the league, so there could be some goals for either side there, as both sides been out of form. Grappenhall defeated Cheadle Reserves with a team above them a couple of weeks back, but this result didn't help them, and they now require a 31-0 victory over Tarpley Vicks. That being said, if Cheadletown lose all of their games, and by significant margins, there is still a mathematical chance that Grappenhall could stay up. It just depends on whether they have to beat Tarpley to even stand the chance. Basically, that's their thing. They have to beat Tarpley Victoria to stand any chance of not being relegated this season. Billinge remain close to Warrington in second. They beat Tarpley Vicks by 1-0, a Liam Bowden goal. Which means that the gap at the top is now 5 points. Billinge have 2 games in hand, meaning that, again, if both sides win all their games, Billinge will be league champions. So it's still all to play for the top 2 in League 1. Mersey Valley defeated Goulburn Sports by 4-2 away from home to move up to 6th in the table. Goals from Shaquille Depieza, I hope I pronounced that right. Dwayne Greenwood got 2, and James Liversedge gave the visitors the win at Stone Cross Lane. Dayton lost at home to Halebank, who are in good form as of late. It was 3-2 to Halebank in Colkeith, as neither side has all that much to play for. They've got a few games left, but neither side really in the relegation battles. Obviously with Grappenhall and Tarpley right at the bottom with Cheadle, they're the only teams really involved in that, and neither side can push for promotion, just because Billinge are the only team who can still miss out. In Division 2, there were 2 division games, there were 2 league games in Division 2 this weekend, as Orford defeated Main Road to continue their push for promotion this season at Brantingham Road in Chorlton by 2-1. Meanwhile, Winstanley Warriors defeated Moore United by 7-3. Garswood United Reserves move into second following their 4-0 victory away at Poynton. With 2 games left to go for most sides, it's going to go down to the dying weeks of the season, as Linotype Cheadle, Garswood, Knutsford, and even Greenhalghs, Padgate and Oswalds, who have probably played more games than the other sides, they all still have a chance to push for the title. Billinge move up to 8th as they defeated Denton, so they now overtake Denton, as I said, and move into 8th, Denton in 9th. Style Reserves are trying to save themselves from relegation as they beat Rylands by 2-0. They've only got a couple of games left, it might even just be 1, but they really have to push and hope they don't get relegated this season. Again, with their first team as well, Style first team, they're also currently in a relegation battle. Moving on, and on the topic of Style, because the President's Cup final will be played at Style FC. The first of the quarterfinals were played this week. Pilkington defeated Sandbach United Reserves by 7-0. Unicorn Athletics shocked Mersey Valley away from home by 3-2, and Ford Motors defeated Cuddington. Only one quarter-final is left to play. That is between Mersey Valley FC and Poynton Reserves. That is tomorrow. It's a nice local-ish derby between Mersey Valley and Poynton. And finally, big news for the week. Warrington Town Reserves defeated Cheadletown Reserves in the J.A. Walton Divisions 1 and 2 Challenge Cup this week. It was on Thursday. Full highlights, including my own commentary, which isn't great, but we'll skip past that. Full highlights will be on are on YouTube, as well as photos. We also now have match photos for the Premier Division Challenge Cup, the JB Parker, so all of those are done. It was goals for Brad Smart and Connor Speed who got the goals for the Yellows, but obviously you want to watch the highlights to make sure that you get a chance to look at those goals. There is a slight issue with the second goal for Connor Speed, so we will work on that. But other than that, that's all from me. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media, like I say in every video, and we've got plenty of stuff coming in the coming weeks for you. So without further ado, we'll just end this here, and we'll see you again hopefully on Friday, presuming that I can get the video out in time. If not, it will be on Monday. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.